this is Scrapping Amy with Mommy Scrapping, and welcome to Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, where we're taking our Pinterest pins and actually using them. Please use the hashtag OTBWPP if you participate in this challenge. This has been a lot of fun. This is my final one for the month of July, and I am using a kit from Christina Sorge at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, along with a couple pieces of paper from my collection. I showed you at the beginning the color palette from my Pinterest board that I pulled, and I am scrapbooking a picture of my daughter from the 4th of July. My sister's boyfriend took this photo of her and managed to get just the right shot of her at the 4th of July, so I'm quite excited. Now, the kit I got from Christina was a mix of some 4th of July papers with some camping type things, and for this I wanted to pull out more of the reds and blues, so I'm using a lot of the scraps from a layout I had already done for this, along with a couple sheets of paper from my own stash. It's the circular, actually it's both circular ones, the ones with just all the circle dots all over, and then the one in the very back. Both of those are from my stash. The one in the very back I will flip over and it has blue dots. Right now I'm backing it with scraps of paper from other layouts, and I cut out a 3x4 card that says, if it involves fireworks, summer nights, barbecues, popsicles, and freedom, count me in, which kind of describes my family's philosophy on the 4th of July. So the Bo Bunny paper is their double dot paper. That's what I'm using as the background, and I flipped it to the textured side, not the dot side, because I decided I wanted to use this blue dot paper with, or blue paper with white polka dots as a vertical element. And then I'm backing the photo with, like I said, with the scraps. But when I do back a photo with scraps, I like to have the first layer usually and the last layer to be complete layers. And I end up using this paper from Bella Boulevard that's clouds, and I use it sideways. You can't really see that the clouds are sideways, but it fit better on the paper, and then I wasn't going to waste it. I was so excited to get one of these acrylic pieces from Bella Boulevard. It says Wish Big, and this is what I am using as the title. I have not used them before. Here I am checking to make sure that the scalloped element is actually 12 inches, because sometimes you get them on the paper and they're about a 1/4 inch shy. So I'm adding this because my color palette was varying tones of red with kind of a gray blue and then a bright, beautiful sky blue. So I went ahead and I wanted to include both of those for some varying shades of blue. I end up including the dark blue. I don't have quite as much of that bright sky blue. The blue scallop is kind of a mix between the gray blue and the bright sky blue over the color palette, but you know what? I think it works. This layout ends up being a lot simpler than some of my other ones. I like using up the scraps, and sometimes simple is good. It's been a busy month. I've been very busy with uploads this month, if you haven't noticed, and so it's kind of nice to be able to get some layouts that are quickly able to be finished. I'm trying to figure out how to attach this acrylic piece. Now, I happen to be video chatting with my friend Miranda, and she was showing me what she used, and I didn't have that, but I do have these foam dots, and they fit perfectly behind the heart, and you'll see me pick up the layout in a moment to show Miranda, but they stick quite well. And so I'm showing her, and I'm making sure, like, it's not going to fall off, is it? And it doesn't, so I'm quite happy with being able to fix it that way. Now, I have a couple of the die cuts left that Christina had sent me. I used a lot of my stuff on the previous layout. I'm inking, of course, with my black soot like I normally do. I'm quite surprised, honestly, I didn't run out of adhesive in my ETG, because I have done a ton of scrapbooking this month. Now, I'm pulling out some stickers. This tab says Under the Stars, and this photo looks like it was taken at like 6 or 7 in the evening on the 4th of July. It was taken about 9 at night in the rain. We ended up getting pouring rain for the 4th of July. So we did not get to set off the fireworks that we wanted to, unfortunately. But the kids were able to go out and do some of the smaller ones. And this one, just the way it's lit, I am just shocked. Like, this was like the shot that you always want to get, but you never can. So thank you to my sister's boyfriend. I thought this owl was super cute. It has nothing to do with the layout. Look, Miranda, it's a random element. And my camera is a little zoomed out so you can see the edge of my shirt. I'm sorry about that. So I have some different hearts that I want to put in. And I finally decide how I'm going to, where exactly I'm putting my clusters. So I'm going to end up with one up by the title and that tab of Under the Stars. One where the owl and heart is. And then I have that floral cluster with the little oval tab that says, let's do this. That red heart I just put down, I'm eventually going to peel back up. I want to put this blue floral heart up on foam, so I use my little sticky eraser stuff, which erases most of the stickiness, not all of it. And what's weird is I don't use it on a little circular piece I'm going to use in just a moment. Because you know it's not a layout without me unless I peel something up. So this flower goes down, and that's where the heart is. And because the heart is red, I originally didn't want it to go over the blue edge of the paper onto the red background, but they're different tones of red, so it's still very easy to see. Now I'm looking through feeling like I need something else along the side of that photo, something to kind of connect the flower with the tab Under the Stars. I could have probably just moved that tab up higher, but I really liked it there. So I'm going back and forth going, what can I add? I find this little round sticker with the flower on it, and there's a little tiny red gap. It's hard to see on the video, but it's trapped space, and I don't like that, so I decide to cover it up with this little red flower. Put it up on foam so it kind of is just a little more three-dimensional. And I'm just going back and forth, trying to figure out what would work. Now that red tab says, it says exploring. Yeah, that one says exploring, which works, but isn't quite right. And then I decided, let me look at these scraps. And I really liked putting the red down the side, but I had used that red for the matte, and that didn't feel right. And then that blue worked, and then I realized I had the blue scallop on the sticker, and I'm like, let's use that. And of course I put it down crooked, so let's peel it up again. I would love to see if I can make it through a layout without peeling things up. I don't think it's possible for me. But I don't have too many layers on this, so that's pretty amazing, let's be honest. Now went and grabbed my Nuvo drops. I'm using Simply White, Red Berry, and Midnight Blue. Of course, classic red, white, and blue. I'm almost done with this layout. Close-up shots are coming up. I have a link to Crystal's channel in my description. Please visit her and check out all of the wonderful people who are participating in this series in the month of July. And like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys all have an absolutely lovely day. Bye.